There we go. All right. What's up, everyone? Daddy Warbucks here, and today we are going to be playing some Adventures League. And for anybody that doesn't know, Adventures League is the official public play for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, and the idea is that all the rules are standardized so that anybody who wants to be able to participate, all you have to do is download the players pack from the DM's Guild, make an Adventure League legal character, and then you're able to take that character and participate in any Adventure League legal game online or at your local card and game stop. It's a really great system. It is quite a bit different from traditional D&D. So the purpose of this session right now, and the one I'll be hosting later tonight, is to, well, number one, we're going to play some games. We're going to have some fun with that. But two, we're also going to kind of be taking it a little slow and introducing a lot of people to the Adventure League play system. So, first thing I wanted to do, before I'm going to have you guys introduce your characters here in a second so that you guys and the viewers can both kind of have an idea of what our party comp looks like. But because we do have some people in the party that are brand new to Adventure League, that is going to fulfill a DM quest. And DM Dad, Dammit Barry, and Zedron, each of you get a health potion to add to your inventory.
Sweet.
Because welcome to the Adventure League. so there's that right off the bat.
I'll try
then,
down ASAP.
Hey, it'll come in handy. So
how much D6 is that health potion?
Well, neither. In 5th edition, health potion is 2d4 plus 2.
Oh, okay.
I know. From what I understand, there's a couple people here who are new to 5e or some old hands with the previous editions, which that'll be fun teaching you. Because if you're from an older edition and then you try to play a new one, especially trying to play Adventure League, I'm gonna hear repeatedly, "Wait, what the fuck?" But that's okay.
It's all right. I've been living with Thaco for 6 years, so I can adapt.
Oh, not that Thaco word.
Yeah. See, I was glad when that shit went to the wayside. But anyway, so let's go around. We'll introduce our characters, starting with DM Dead. Why don't you kick us off?
All right, I will be playing Perrin Stubbytoe, who is a halfling monk just fresh out of the monastery, and he doesn't really actually remember his last name, but being the fact that he's only 2'9" and 37 pounds, he kind of adopted what he heard when people tripped over him on the battlefield. And damn it, stubbied my toe. So that's what he thinks his last name is.
Cool, love it. And then next, not because of the way you are on the screen, but because of the way you are on my list, Korg Thulu.
Yes, so I will be playing Zalaford, my half-elf bard. He does not know who his parents are, so he has not taken a last name. He's basically grown up on the streets, playing music, entertaining people, and stealing where he can.
Okay.
And getting away with wonderful words.
Okay. And then next, Dammit Barry. Tell us about your character today.
My character's name is Clarence. He's like a man-mountain-sized human, shaved head, covered in tattoos. Half his face is burnt, the other half covered in scars. Afraid of blood, but is a cleric, so it's kind of stuck there.
Okay. And then lastly, we have Zedron.
Good day. I'm playing Lebet's Cornwall, and he is traditionally a merchant. However, as the years have been getting a little harder, he has picked up and learned to study the art of warfare a little bit. Hasn't quite mastered it yet, but...
Okay. All right. Now for a little bit of background on the location setting of all of Adventure League. All of Adventure League does happen within the Forgotten Realms on Faerun. It happens in a region called the Moonsea, and the Moonsea is, I believe, it is northeast of the Sword Coast, right? So it just kind of gives you some reference. This is within the official D&D world and timeline, and the Moonsea region is all seasons of Adventure League happen within the Moonsea, except for season 7, but we don't talk about season 7. And today we are within the city of Phlan, and Phlan is it's a medium-sized metropolis, not too much of note or interest. It is a city right on the coast of the Moonsea, and because of that, a lot of the city's trade comes through on the water, and they have a very large population of transients and travelers that will come through on the water as well. You guys are all currently here for various reasons. Either you're searching for answers of your own personal reason, or maybe you're just looking to make some extra coin. But for whatever reason, you have found yourself into Phlan, and currently, through your adventures, you have heard that the inn known as Madame Friona's Tea Kettle was the place where adventurers could find work and avoid some of the hassle that might be associated with some of the seedier places in the city. So far, that has proven to be true. Madame Friona is a stout and officious halfling who runs the establishment with her 5 daughters, and so far she has been an excellent hostess. Although you've had to share a common bunk room with several other adventurers, the evening meal is excellent, the atmosphere is pleasant, and as you are preparing to bunk down for the evening, one of Friona's daughters peeks into the common area that you all share. She, kind of points out, and she says, Perrin and Zallyford, I need you to, can you come here, please? And then as you stand up, she kind of points over, and you two as well, pointing to Levitz and Clarence.
Okay, she's talking to us again, and she's kind of cute. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Go say hi to her.
No, I don't want to do that. No, she's her mom's right there. I can't do it. No, not good.
I mean,
she doesn't sound like she's quite in the mood based on the tone there. Anyhow, so maybe kind of work up your nerve till then, to a more opportune time.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, work up my nerve. Got it.
They're about to bed down. Head over to her.
As I stand, I pat our little friend on the back.
Gotta reach down kind of far for that.
Well, I imagine if you're in a halfling-sized chair, as I imagine is a little taller on the legs.
Okay. As the 4 of you approach, she kind of wrings her hands nervously, and she looks up. She says, I really am sorry for interrupting you before you bed down for the night. But there's a chap just came in the common room downstairs, asked me to fetch some of the adventurers from up above. Something about coin needing to change hands for an easy job? Should I tell him you're not interested?
No, we need. No, definitely.
Okay.
In my experience, it's not always easy, but I'll listen to her.
Okay. She kind of pulls at her hair, still very nervous, and she says, "Well, if you follow me, I'll show you where he is." And she begins to go down the stairs. You go into the common area, and you can see that walking down the stairs, there's a bar immediately to your right, and Madame Friona is currently there, kind of cleaning up for the night. There's small little platforms, maybe go down 2 or 3 steps to your left and to your right. And off to the right, you can see there's a circular table down there, and there is a man sitting at the table. He currently has his back to you. He is wearing all dark attire, a very large cloak, and he has the hood pulled up over his head, and you can see he's kind of sitting low to keep his face obscured. And she, the girl stops at the edge of the bar, and she just doesn't even inch any closer to the hooded figure, and she just kind of points and says, "That's him."
Well, can you bring me a drink? And I'll go see what he has to say.
She just kind of, Madame Friano's right there, and she hears the request, so she pours out a cup of ale and slides it over to you.
Take it and head over to the table. I'll keep a good distance as I walk around it, see if I can get a view on him before I sit down.
Okay.
I pat her head, Thank you for informing us. Have a good night, little one. And I follow suit.
Okay. Hearing you approach, he kind of holds up his hand without turning to look at you, and he makes a motion like, "Come here, come in closer."
Slowly walking behind them.
Just in a quiet tone, I kind of just lean over to her, to the bar, and I was like, "Wasn't this place supposed to be where we were supposed to avoid shady stuff? Is sending any bad signals to you, Anil?"
Everything I do is shady.
As you guys approach the table, he kind of kicks out one of the chairs with his foot and slides it out, and then he holds out his hand, gesturing, "Go ahead, take a seat." Meanwhile, he still has his hood pulled low. He's at best you can see the bottom of his chin, and he's going through great lengths to keep his identity concealed.
Human-sized chairs, I take it?
Human-sized chairs, yes.
Oh, darn it. I'll start climbing up. God, very, very scared. Okay.
Try to look under the cowl.
He notices you and your curiosity, and he actually doesn't try to move to further obscure himself. And you can see that it appears to be elven, potentially half elven. It's hard to tell because he's obscured. And that his hair is a very fine silver color.
Ooh.
As you all approach and take your seats, he's like, "Thank you for coming to meet with me. I have a situation that requires some delicacy."
Well, yeah, we can be real delicate.
Look for delicacy.
Well, I've been watching the patrons of the Tea Kettle these past day, and let's just say this is not something that would require a brute or someone who is quick to anger. Because I need people who are 100% in control here, because this is a job of the utmost importance.
Okay,
It also sounds like... go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying Margot would be leaning back on the chair and it's fall off with a loud thud to the ground and then get up bashfully and be like, "Yep, delicate, done." Most delicate you can get.
I take it this is a task with a lot of tedium in it then?
It is. He reaches into his cloak, and when he pulls his hand out, you see that he's holding a silver pin. And the silver pin has a shape like a harp on it. and he kind of sets it on the table and he points to it. He says, I am a member of an organization. We dedicated our lives to rooting out evil wherever it may take hold. And we've uncovered some information within the area which could be potentially damaging to a great many people. We would like you to investigate the matter.
Have I ever seen this type of pin before?
Go ahead and I'm gonna say make a let's call it a history check, and you can make it with advantage.
All right, and so I got as a human, expertise into a skill, and history is the one I have. What does that exactly mean?
And the night starts off good.
Okay, so when you look at your history score on your sheet, what is the number there?
It doesn't have one.
Okay, so what is your intelligence modifier?
My intelligence is 13, so it's a +1.
Okay, so since you chose history as one of your skills, that means you can add your proficiency mod, which is another +2. So if you'd like to also do a history check, you're going to roll a d20 +3 with advantage.
Okay. And all right, and the expertise thing that I got from human into a skill, what does that do? Yes, human variant gave me.
I thought human variant just gave you two skills of your choice. I didn't think it gave you expertise.
It gave a proficiency in one skill of his choice, so you probably got history through that.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, actually, I got
so it's going to be.
So with one intelligence bonus, it's +3 to your roll.
Okay. All right.
So look at
so
it.
13 re-rolling.
Crossing fingers.
All right. So
12 is good enough. So you recognize that this is the symbol of the Harpers, and they're a very well-known organization in Faerun, and you know that the goals of the Harpers do coincide with what he's telling you. The Harpers kind of dedicate themselves to they're kind of a network of spies and informants, but they use that information to try and act on good. They believe in equality above all else.
all right. So they're like a vigilante secret service kind of thing.
Kind of. Okay.
Well, you said this required the utmost delicacy, so usually that means utmost in pay.
We can discuss the payment if you're successful. But I think that if you at least hear me out, then you may just feel inclined to assist anyway. You see,
I lean forward and in my chins going, okay.
believe me, friend, you will be compensated. But I think you need to know what you're getting yourself into first. Members of my network, we discovered a trade deal that was going to partake and managed to put an end to it. However, stopping the sale of this contraband was not merely enough. We need to find the supplier. And for that, we need someone who would be willing to go into a potentially dangerous situation. And in order to find the supplier, what I'd like you to do is to take this. And he pulls out another pin. It's small and silver, but this one it's only maybe about a ½ inch long, and it's just like a silver rod. He says this is magically enchanted. We have placed spells upon it so that we will know the location of this pin no matter where it is. we would like you to impersonate the merchant that we captured, meet with the supplier, and then somehow get this pin onto their person. So then we can track where the supply chain leads.
May I see? I kind of, hold my palm out.
Sure, of course. And he hands it over to you.
Okay. Does it look like you could, take this pin and, replace a pin on something else?
I'm sure you could. It's very, very small. So okay. You could easily conceal it within something else or on somebody else.
So you want us
insert it into somebody.
Into somebody, yep.
Maybe.
You want us to find them and stick this in somewhere on their bodies?
Oh, no. We know where they're going to be, actually. The merchant that we had captured, he, after some persuasion, he managed to tell us where they were meant to make this trade of contraband. And we know that it's at a abandoned barn on the east side of town in about an hour. So, we are on a bit of a time frame, but it should be feasible.
So,
all right.
Do they know this version?
Okay, Zallyford, what were you saying?
I was asking, so you have their buyer. Have they met his buyer? Or are you replacing?
Indeed. The merchant was a halfling. And we believe that they've only spoken through written communication. And so you, gesturing to Perrin, you should easily be able to take his place for the exchange. However, I do believe that the merchant had a lisp, so you may have to affect the lisp in order not to raise suspicion.
A lisp. Okay, I'll try that. A lisp. Oh no. Oh, can't the human fighter do it? He's kind of my size, I gotta drink more milk and then I'll get as big as him. But
what race was the merchant that you captured?
A halfling.
Oh, okay. Well then.
Looks like, little man, it has to be you.
Oh, okay. I think I can do this. Yeah. All right. But they only talk to him in writing, right?
Correct.
So I do know how to write, so that's good. But I don't know how to write in a lisp. But I'll figure that out.
I'm sure that isn't something they'll consider. There's one other thing. We don't want to raise suspicion, so you have to try and conduct the exchange of goods non-violently. We will provide you with the payment that you were supposed to give to them, and I also think it's important to tell you what it is that you're supposed to be buying.
Okay.
Now comes the bad part, right?
Are we buying Phlan?
Oh, shopping's good. Everyone likes to shop. Yeah, this is good.
We have reason to believe that the merchant was trying to purchase a red dragon egg. And obviously, someone trying to gain something so potentially dangerous and powerful, we can't just let that kind of sales traffic go through our town unnoticed. So we need to understand what is happening here, which is why it's so imperative that the sales go through as promised. So here, he takes a pouch out from his cloak again and sets it on the table. And this pouch it's about the size of your fist. And when you open up, you see that it is full of diamonds.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna. Can I pull one out to examine it and then sleight of hand it?
Well, do one of those at a time, right? Pulling it out to examine it, you hold it up to your eye and you're looking at it through the light. And as you do, you notice that it's got a lot of imperfections in it. And the cloaked figure looks at you and he says, let me save you the difficulty. They are fake. We have no intention of paying them a real sum for the egg. But we did need a convincing enough fake. So we had someone enchant some pieces of glass, and this is about as best as we could do.
So we should not let them examine the payment until we are long gone with the merchandise.
Well, we are counting on a couple things. It is quite dark already. The meeting location is most likely to be dimly lit, so you should be able to pass off the diamonds without too much of a problem.
Do we know the name of the people we're meeting?
Unfortunately, they spoke through codes. So you're supposed to be meeting with someone who calls himself, and he kind of pulls out a little book and he flips it open. He flips through a couple pages. He calls himself Spine Crusher.
Oh, this isn't
I
good.
want a code name. That'd be Thunder.
I'm sure you can call yourself whatever you'd like.
Yes.
Really?
Most likely, though.
Go on.
Most likely, though, he'll only be interested in referring to you as the buyer. So, as far as the rest of you, it might be best just to kind of sit back and let the halfling do the talking.
Do you have suitable wardrobe for our halfling buddy here? Says, if I remember correctly, when you came in, you weren't wearing much.
No, I just pretty much have my monk's be, and that's about it. That's all I travel with, except for another set of clothes. I don't look rich at all. Not to have these guys.
Oh dear.
Well, we could somehow retailor my merchant clothing to his size. It would probably fit.
In an hour.
We do not have time for that. It'd be much simpler to just do this. And he kind of holds his hand out. Oh, and you see he takes his other hand and starts making weird gestures and motions. And then he casts a greater illusion on Perrin. And he makes your clothes look like they're made of fine silk. Very vibrant colors.
Whoa. I would never had it done laundry with Mom around. Cool.
So as he does this, you see him look out the window, and he's like, "We must hurry. The barn is quite far, and if you don't move soon, you may not make it to the meeting on time."
Then allow me to go get my gear from upstairs, and I will head back upstairs wearing nothing but the tiny towel that I was washing with. I'm a beautiful, sexy half-elf. And it doesn't cover enough.
All right. Well,
anybody else need to do anything before you disembark?
No, I look good.
I'm fine.
Okay.
I was going to try not to break anything as I leave.
Okay. So walking out of the door of the tea kettle, the man is with you, and he gives you the diamonds, and he reinforces again, right? Under no circumstances should you try to fight the sellers or harm the egg. The point is to track the sellers, so killing or capturing them is counterproductive. Okay? Quickly, you must be off.
All right. Well, I have a mule and a cart if our little friend wishes to look the part on the approach.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, definitely. Definitely, I gotta look rich. Yeah. Here we go.
I think to pull this off, because I'm not saying I've done my fair share of cons or anything like that, but the rest of us should have a reason for being there with you. We have two bigger guys, and we can just have me as your liaison or helper, personal assistant.
Oh, totally. Yeah, you guys are my assistants. Yeah. Yeah.
Accountant.
I'm gonna
could be one.
pass out here.
You still have that
Yeah,
rod.
Yes. No, I don't have
Or
it.
the pin.
Yes.
Pin.
I've got the pin that we need.
That is a good point.
It's plant.
So who's currently holding the bag of diamonds and the pin?
I have the pin. I don't know where the diamonons are. Should I
think
also
we
hold
left
those?
the bag on the table.
You left them on the table?
I don't think that's what would have happened.
I think our
I'm pretty
merchant
sure
would definitely
someone
carry
was.
them.
No. Cord, I thought Zallyford picked them up because he
Well,
was looking at them.
I was examining it. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I've
Yeah.
given to our merchant. It wouldn't be appropriate for me to be carrying the pins.
Okay.
Unless you're acting as like the accountant in this situation.
Then you should hand it to me when we're there to make the payment. But yeah. But are you adept?
Yeah, 'cause
you think at placing that pin on them? Are you skilled enough to do that?
Me? Depends on. Do we have to put it on the merchant or anyone with the tradesman? Do you think their bodyguards would follow them and that would be sufficient?
I think the best option would be on the merchant himself, because if they're just bodyguards, they may disperse, and we want him specifically, or her, or the buyer, seller.
Well, I guess I could hold on to it and then shake his hand at the end of the deal and kind of slip it into a sleeve or something.
Or stab him?
Unless he's shirtless.
Do you have much
Someone called
experience
Spike.
in that kind of stuff?
Well,
In
a little
stabbing?
bit, you know. And being stabbed? No. But
All right. Well,
yeah,
let me
maybe
hold
a
on to
little
it
bit.
for now. I do have a little experience in taking things out and putting them in the places they should or should not be.
Oh
my.
Here's an idea. So we're paying them in these diamonds in this bag, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Does it just have a cord tie to keep it shut?
Yep. It's just a little leather pouch with a rawhide cord.
What if we just take the pin and I kind of, slip it into where the knot would be, like the seam that covers the cord?
My only problem with that would be is if they discover it's fake and toss it, or if they hand it off to someone else, it's not going with the actual seller. I think we want to get it onto whoever the seller is himself.
On or in, either one works.
Well, if we're trying to get to the source, I imagine the payment would be sent to the source.
Yes, but under cursory glance, you can tell that they're not real, and they feel that they will be discarded quite quickly for that reason.
Yeah, if we could tell them, they're going to definitely know.
So we need to
Alright.
make the transaction quickly and get out.
Right. So get the egg, get out. Got it. Oh, Lord.
Now you guys do have time to continue your discussion because it's almost an hour walk to the barn. But let's say you've been walking like 40 minutes. So we're going to have to come to a conclusion soon.
So I say for now, our humble buyer here holds the payment, and I can take on the rod until I can either place it or we have a better opportunity. I think I might be the most adept at putting it on them.
Yeah, let's go for
Fair
that.
enough, I suppose.
How big's the bag to me?
About the size of both of your fists put together. Like you have to hold it.
I think I'm going to hand it off to our other human, to Clarence. Let him hold it. That way I can at least look official doing it. It could be really silly walking down and going, I got it. Hold on. I got it.
Okay.
Right here. Call me Santa.
I'll take the bag then.
Okay. All right. So as you guys approach the barn, you can see that there, as you approach from the road, there's a big set of wooden double doors, and there is no light on inside. There's no one around the outside of the building, but the door is slightly ajar.
Oh. Well, this doesn't look good.
I think the best option is to go in there like we own the place, since this is what we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, because we've got diamonds. Yeah, we do own the place. We could buy this place. Yeah, we got
So-
it.
Okay.
All
I'll kick the
right,
door
I guess. Don't kick the door
Just pick
open.
it open.
All right.
That's how you do it.
Finesse.
You do.
Finesse.
Yes.
That's how you terrify everyone and take 30 crossbows to the
that's
chest.
I'm Santa,
Alright,
so
I do what I want.
So you
Yeah,
guys are
just-
kicking in the door and
As-
walking in.
As he motions to kick the door open, I kind of, put my palm onto his belly and try to, push him back just a bit. I'm just like, don't kick the door open, please.
Way too
Yeah, all
late.
you're going to do.
Yes, let's just enter regally. Yes, as is our station in life. Yes.
Buyer, I
Represent
lead
the buyer.
Take us away, buyer.
All right.
So
Walk. The normal sized barn door. Are we talking?
yeah,
Oh my god!
Very
I look like a pebble in front of it.
I'll motion to our humans to swing it open for him to look
Yes.
official, and I'll walk
Yeah,
like two steps
that's what my plan was.
I will
Defiance to
take
him.
I will take the biggest steps that my little legs can do, and march in.
So
as,
I push
as
the door
soon
open.
as you cross the threshold into the barn, you hear a voice shout out from the darkness. That's far enough.
I agree. I shouldn't have to walk any further. You should be coming to me.
Yes.
As you say that, okay, a sinewy elf in gray clothes steps out of the shadows with 3 humans standing behind him. As they step forward, you can see one of the humans kind of leans in and pats him on the shoulder. I told you they would come. A dragon egg is too valuable to pass up. And you see, turns around and shut up. Let's do this quickly. Here is what you asked for. And he holds up, and you can see he's holding in one hand, like the straps of a backpack. The backpack is closed, but you can see there's something heavy inside weighing down the bag. And he just kind of holds it up. Says, you throw the payment over here, and then we'll leave the egg on the ground. Nobody comes into the barn. And then after after we set the egg down, we're going to simply walk away. You are allowed to leave 5 minutes after we leave. No fuss. No complications. Everybody's happy.
I'm gonna bend down to whisper to my buyer, and tell him in a hushed whisper that this is not a good way to do a deal. We don't know what's in that sack, so you should request to see the egg itself, at least.
I agree. I agree. Yes. How do we know that the rock is not that the bag's not just full of rocks?
You see the elf kind of turn to the other ones, and they're like, all right, come in. I don't want to, come in, close the door behind you.
Is there any
I'm
other
on
levels
it.
to the barn? Is it just one
As-
huge barn, or is it multiple levels?
I don't know. You're still kind of standing outside.
Oh, okay. Well, I do have dark vision, so I was trying to, as we were looking inside.
I'll tell you what. We're all standing in the doorway, so we can look in and kind of get a better idea of the barn. Looking in, there is no light source inside the barn. The only light is the pale moonlight that is coming through the door, and there is a hole in one part of the roof that's kind of giving some illumination as well. So it's very, very dark. Those with dark vision, Zallyford and Aaron. No. Halfling. No, you're all screwed. It's very, very dim, and it's quite hard to see.
Should I cast
stepping
light
into the barn? She looks at you and says, "Come on, close the door."
All right. So as I close the door, I just kind of peek outside and look around, make sure there's nothing going on. Make it kind of look like we're also trying to hide our business here as I close the door, and also
can you
check
do a
for
perception
anything.
check, please?
Yes. Perception.
I also want to.
It's wisdom, so that's another.
I do want to lean down to Perrin and remind him in a very hushed whisper to his ear, "Lisp, lisp."
Oh, that's right. I thought I was supposed to write that. Oh.
With it.
I'm going to cast light on myself, so I'm a big beacon of light.
John with a 10. Levitz, you looking around the room, don't see anything else of that would raise alarm.
Okay. And then I quietly close the barn door.
Okay. So once the barn door is closed, you see him, grab the flap to the bag, and he kind of leans in like this, and then you see him just flop it open, and then he flops it closed. He's like, "All right, now throw me the diamonds."
I'm gonna walk to our Clarence. You have the diamonds, right? You're the one that was holding it.
I'm a big, massive ball of light as well right now.
Alright, so I want to bend down to Perrin again and whisper to him, whisper into my ear.
Okay.
Nod my head a couple times and walk over to Clarence and put my hand out to ask for the diamonds.
Okay, I'll hand them over because you seem trustworthy.
So I'm going to then turn to them and holding it, go like this, just go.
I'll cross my arms and look official.
And then the buyer does not believe that was an adequate viewing, as we have shown you our adequate viewing. If you would allow me, as I am a slight bit of an expert, to simply approach, confirm, and I can hand off this to you. I am unarmed.
Who is this man?
He is the one that speaks for me.
Well, I would much prefer if you spoke for you. I would like to conduct business with you directly and not with an underling.
Okay, then I will send over my underling, and he will bring the diamonds over to you. Check them out. Check out the egg, and if it is good enough, he, my underling, will bring them back to me and leave you with your diamonds.
Okay, Mr. Corleone.
So I'm just kind of I'm looking over the barn, and these four individuals, like their posture and such, making see if they're getting antsy at all.
You don't even need to make a roll. You can tell, like, the elf keeps looking around. The humans, they're kind of fidgeting in where they stand, shifting their weight from one foot to the other, and you can see that they have weapons slung around their waist, and they keep resting their hands on the butt of their weapons.
So I want to turn to Perrin and bow to him, very courtly-like. I'm going to unclip my rapier and place it on the ground, and simply walk over towards them with the diamond. The bag in my hand.
Okay.
And I will stand perfectly still.
And to the elven woman in Elvish, I will tell her in Elvish that we simply wish to complete this transaction.
Okay. Okay. Well, Here. She hands the bag to one of the humans that have accompanied her, and open it is the command that is issued, and then reaches out to take the diamonds from you.
All right, I will. Is she attractive at all? She, attractive elf.
Cue the bard. Cue the bard.
And by the power of boners,
Let's say
machine
yes.
fails.
I mean, it is a bipedal female humanoid.
Good enough for a bard.
Moderately aged. I mean,
I want to take her hand in mine, flip it over, and give it a kiss. And at the same time, I'm bringing my other hand up to cup it and slipping the needle into her sleeve. The
Okay.
little rod into her sleeve.
I need a sleight of hand check.
Come on, good stuff. Nope.
9.
You poked her with it. Oh no.
And that's exactly what happened. So you go to slide it in, but the clasp pops open, and the pin just kind of rakes across her wrist. And she and she grabs her wrist and looks up at you. Why did you do that?
I didn't mean to. Sorry, my outfit came apart. And I'll reach down and put the clasp on me.
She turns to her friend, snaps her fingers, and he takes the egg, and he just chucks it up into the air. Just tosses it like it's nothing. And then she grabs the diamonds, and the 4 of them run into the back of the barn.
Can I cast sleep on him?
Well, tell me, how does everybody react?
Well, I'm going to start running after him, yelling, "Let me heal you."
Let me kill you.
Let me. Wow.
It was a mistake. Okay.
I would go diving for the egg.
Okay, you're gonna dive for the egg,
Yes.
and
think that
then you
is
said
real.
you wanted to cast sleep.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Why don't we go ahead? Let's just go ahead and roll initiative, just so that we have an idea of in what order things are happening. So let's see, Clarence with that awesome 8.
Mine should be at 8 as well. I forgot to add the +3.
Was that
All right.
Was that Zallyford?
Yeah.
It's
Sometime
8.
tonight, I will beat and get higher than a 10. That's my goal now. Get higher than a 10 on a roll.
Not unless the viewer buys it.
Of course. I waste my nat 20 on initiative.
It's not a waste.
Ooh-wee.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
at least I can play it off as I was actively watching them and being somewhat paranoid.
So Levitz,
Yep.
what did you say you wanted to do in reaction to everything that was happening?
Well, I think the eggs are probably fake. And we were told that capturing them wasn't really helpful. So I guess I'll run up to our bard. I assume I can't take something from him and move. And it's in the same turn.
Take something how? Like, what do you mean?
The pin from his hand,
No, sure. Yeah. You can do that.
and then move
Just-
after.
Sure.
Okay.
In 5th edition, that you get a essentially free action on your turn. It's interact with an object, and usually these are small, minor things. And since the pin is so small, and I don't think Zallyford would resist you trying to grab it, since you're on the same side. So it wouldn't cost you an action. You can just walk up and grab it, and then keep continuing to move.
All right. So I guess how far away is the elf from me?
Well, they were already quite a ways away from you. Only Zallyford was actually up adjacent to them. And then they turned around and they started to run. So let's say they're 40 feet away.
Okay, so I could, if I double moved, I could get to them.
Sure.
Yeah, I guess I'll try to cut them off. So full sprint, I just run past and, grab with my free hand and not my shield hand, I snag the needle, the pin from him, and then try to cut them off at the entrance. Or their exit on their other end.
Okay, so you're just going to try and maneuver in front of them.
Yes.
Because you actually don't see an exit. The only things in the barn is you see piles of hay, some debris and rubble. You actually don't know where they are going. Okay.
All right.
Get them.
All right, and then once I get in front of them, I just both hands out and kind of not an aggressive posture, like now hold it. I assume.
And they look at you panicked, right? You could just tell like they clearly don't want to fight, but they're not sticking around. All right. Next would be Perrin. Perrin, you were diving for the egg.
Yes.
So why don't you make a dexterity or acrobatics check?
Alright. Oh,
My
not
curse.
good.
It's you.
Yeah, that's what I get for smack talking about the 17. I'm wearing the egg, whatever it is.
Let's say, yeah. The egg goes up. You dive in to go and grab it. You overshoot the distance. You don't end up grabbing it. Instead, it just kind of comes and lands on your back. And when this thing hits you, it's like a stone. Like the exterior is very hard and brittle, and it hurts quite a bit. You take 3 bludgeoning damage as this thing falls into you, but the egg does not break.
If there's actually an egg in there?
I got it.
But we don't know.
This
we just know this.
Okay.
Good job. Your body. That's a good way to do it.
Oh, go get him. Oh.
Okay. Next would be Clarence.
Okay,
I think you're
so yeah, I'm just
muted. There you go.
I'm just
No, you're
gonna run after, screaming, "Let me heal you!" I'll go the full 30 feet.
All right.
And
Are
then
you
I'm
gonna
gonna
actually
have to-
cast a spell?
No, I'll go medicine
Okay.
checks. It's only a little bit of blood. Then I'm
want
gonna have
that
the
shirt.
fudge. And
Okay.
then I'm pretty certain parents said go get him, so I'll keep running after, and I'll stop next to the lady who was bleeding. And again, say,
Okay.
"Let me heal you. Don't move."
Okay. All right. After that will be the bandits, right? And they are going to continue trying to run, right?
I was on an 8 as well.
I'm sorry.
I was on an 8 as well. I forgot to add the +3 to it.
Yeah. They rolled.
God dang them.
In ties, DM chooses the order.
No worries.
All right. So they're gonna run away, and because of the way you guys position yourselves, Levitz, Clarence, Zallyford, if you wanted to, you could take an opportunity attack because they are not disengaging. They are just running.
Could I make a trip as an opportunity?
Yeah, sure you
Please?
could. Shove attack in 5e, you just make a regular melee attack. If it hits, you do no damage, but then you can knock that character prone or 10 feet away from you.
All right. Is the elf part of the bandits, or is it a separate?
Yeah. They're just one group.
Okay. All right. I guess I'll do the shove and try to knock him down. Hopefully I hit. Is that just use my strength bonus for shove?
Well,
Plus
it'd be
proficiency.
weapon attack, right? So whatever weapon you're using. So if you have a mace, it'd be like you're trying to knock their legs out from under them.
I've got
Sword, same thing, kind
right
of.
now.
You need to do a lot of healing.
So just add proficiency. Do I add strength as well, or just
Proficient,
proficiency?
both. Yes, both.
Okay. All right. Cool.
18, 22 is a hit.
Yeah.
Okay, and that was so that's a shove, knocking them prone.
The elf.
Okay.
I'm going for the elf because they seem to be the one in charge here.
So she falls prone, right? And as she does, the diamonds kind of fall from her hands and they scatter a bit. She is going to because this is on her turn. You taking a reaction. Any of the other guys want to take an opportunity attack?
If I still had the pin, I would totally try to opportune attach it to her again.
Maybe the rest of you, maybe y'all can shove the other two down. We can maybe like de-escalate the situation because they'll be prone beneath us.
See, I think
Question
I'd
a lot
still be
with
more
that.
concerned
I'm
with
gonna
running to heal.
knock you to the ground, and then we're gonna talk peaceably.
I mean, that's how the police do it.
Oh,
You put them under arrest.
Oh,
You put them under arrest, and then you talk the situation down.
not
How
quite.
far-
I put you under arrest, and I'm throwing you in a cell until you stop being a dick.
How far
I
is
mean,
it?
like but
How far is what?
the point being,
I was to say, how far is Levitz from me? If he's getting an opportunity attack on them, is he close enough that I can steal the pin from him and swipe it onto her?
Sure. Why the hell not?
All right, that's what I want to do for that, is try to slide hand it back on her.
All right. So then that'll just let's call it just a flat dex, right? Because you're trying to scoop it up from his hand and then stick it on her somewhere.
Sounds good to me. Flat dex, come on, something. 14.
14.
that's good.
All right. So you just kind of grab it and you reach out, and with that clasp being open, you kind of stick it in the back of her shirt, and in her panic as she's trying to run away, she doesn't notice. So it's just hanging on the back of her clothes.
Yay,
But you
didn't
are
go-
successful. All right, now, because this is all just opportunity attacks, reactions because they were running. The one that tripped and fell down, she'll use half of her movement to stand back up, and then they are going to continue to run. And since she had used the dash action, you see the first couple bandits get to the back of the barn. They grab a big piece of wood that was propped up against the back, and they just kind of toss it aside, and you see that there is a hole. And it's through this hole that the bandits are going to escape, and they all run away, with the elf kind of standing there at the hole for a second. She looks back at you, and she shakes her head, and she walks away. And you see that the majority of the diamonds are still laying on the ground because she spilled them when she tripped.
I want to blow her a kiss and wave goodbye when she turned around to look at us.
I just kind of sit there with one hand on my hip, just kind of looking down at the ground, just shaking my head.
I want to walk towards Perrin and be like, "Good job catching the egg. Mission successful,
Got it.
everyone. Let's go get food."
That wasn't the mission.
Yes, it was.
You see a
For all
pin?
intents and purposes, you were successful. You got the egg. You put the tracer, right?
Woo!
Yes.
I want to.
Can
I wanna
someone get
help
the egg
Aaron
off
up.
me? What is that thing? That dragon's heavy.
That's
As you guys are contemplating your recent victory, a voice interrupts you. and a tough-looking half-orc brandishing a mace appears illuminated in the moonlight at the doorway of the barn. The toll for passage out of the barn is that egg. I'm sure you will hand it over peacefully, so I don't have to take your lives instead.
We could just walk out this other door, though, as I'm illuminated in my light cantrip.
Do you think? And he points to the door in the back, and you see that there are now 2 other thugs standing at the back of the door.
How about some diamonds?
You all are new here, so let me tell you how things work. We are the Welcomers, the local establishment dedicated to pilfering and purloining things that may be of wealth or value and catch our interest. I would much prefer to do things non-violently, so let me tell you again. You're free to leave the barn, but the toll for crossing through the threshold will be the egg.
I'd like to, at this point, flip my rapier onto my side, helping Perrin up.
I'd like to pick up the bag off of him, check if that's actually a goddamn egg in that bag.
I'd like to
totally suspect it's not.
I'd like to turn to that half-orc and simply stare at him and say, "Do you know who this man is?" Pointing down at Perrin.
Do you know that these are my diamonds?
I don't care who that man is. I don't care about the diamonds. I just want the egg.
Oh, you do not want to.
And you said you wanted to investigate the egg, correct, Perrin?
Yeah. That was me.
No, that was Levins. Okay. If you'd like, you can roll a nature check, but it's going to be with disadvantage. It is quite dark, and you can't get a really good look at it.
Okay. I assume insight wouldn't do anything then. All right. I don't have that, so I would just add my wisdom of 1.
Yep.
Yeah. Hopefully something. No.
No, it's oval shaped. It's rough on the outside. It looks like an egg.
Oh wait, it's not dark because he's casting light. He has light on.
Yeah, but didn't you say you were casting it at the back of the barn near the entrance?
He said he casted it on himself.
Yeah, he's like a light bulb right now.
I'm not the brightest person. Well, I actually am the brightest person right now.
That's right. I only rolled once anyways.
Yeah, so it would still just be 9. It's not like you're rolling with advantage.
Ouch.
And that
20 gone.
So, you guys are still just kind of sitting here. They're waiting for an answer.
Well, I'm trying to talk up to the half-orc and intimidate him about our little halfling. Telling him that you do not want to mess with him. He has killed better people than you. Why do you think that us 3 defer to him? He is vicious, and you do not want to just be another name that he crosses off a list. In fact, you're probably not even good enough to be a name on his list.
I want to point to my burns and scars all over my face and be like, that's because I tripped him over once.
Okay. He kind of looks at the 3 of you, and then he looks over to Perrin, and he's like, "Did you maybe not understand the bit that I had said earlier? We are the Welcomers, son."
I said.
Well,
you're trifling in matters that are way beyond what you are capable of dealing with.
Go ahead and roll an intimidation check.
Okay, come on, something high.
Who's doing the intimidating besides me just staring?
22!
Yes!
That is an excellent roll. However, that is not sufficient. He looks at you, and you see him kind of falter for a second. He goes, "Wow, maybe that is true. Unfortunately, I know the strength of my own organization, and they would be much more upset with me than anything your little friend there can muster. So, if we can't talk this out peaceably, I guess it's time I introduce you to my friend. And he pulls out his mace.
I toss him
and he takes a step towards you, and then everybody rolls initiative.
What I say?
I was
As soon as he
going
that,
to say I was going
talk
to
to my
toss the bag at him.
Why are you?
Did you hear me?
Was that?
As I said, as he's stepping forward and reaches behind him, I toss the bag to him.
Oh, well, that's all good now, but it's a little late. He's already had enough. Okay.
I don't like violence.
Our mission is not the egg, guys.
Sally Ford with the 22.
Ooh, Zaliford has a 15. The 20.
Oh.
The 22
22
was my.
was the intimidation.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
Man,
Oh,
my
there it
super
is.
good
There's
roll
the last
was
one.
worthless.
So, Clarence is 10. 21. So I don't have all my toys. 19. Okay. And then my guys. So it is.
Yay!
Yeah, that's about what I would expect. All right. Okay, so Perrin, you are first.
What kind of armor is this guy wearing?
With the thug?
The orc.
Leather armor.
Good. We're gonna embrace our monkness and run and cannonball him right in the nuts. I'm about that head height for an orc. I'm gonna run right through him.
I run between his legs. Ding dong!
Exactly. That's right.
Okay,
Unarmed.
go ahead.
This is reminding me at the start bit. The monk walks into a bar.
So you charge towards him, you try to headbutt, and you just kind of go right under his legs. Just miss him entirely.
Try jumping next time.
He's taller than you look, damn it!
They didn't dangle as low as I thought they did.
No wonder his wife is mad at him.
Oh man! All right,
He doesn't make the
if
babies
you're
happy at all.
finished, Clarence, what do you got for me?
Me, I rolled a 10.
What? No, you're Zedron. It says 18 plus 1.
You said
Right?
Yeah, you
Clarence.
said Clarence.
Oh shit, my bad.
That's
Yeah.
like, I'll go,
Congratulations,
but
you already confused the GM.
I don't know your names yet. Okay, so Alley Ford, is that the right one? Helps if I look at your names.
Levitz.
Levitz.
Zedron.
Okay.
Levitz.
Well, I guess I'll
So-
draw my spear out now, since we've finally gotten to something lethal. And in order to save the frickin' really talkative bard who got us into this situation, I'm gonna run up to the side of him and total defense, I guess. I don't know if that's still an action I can take in this edition.
Total defense? No. What in 5th edition it's dodge. If you take the dodge action, then it's like you prepare yourself for them to attack you, you get ready to move out of the way, and then any attacks against you will have disadvantage.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. That doesn't.
All right.
I still have my reaction, right?
Yeah, you still have your reaction and any bonus action you would. Well, yeah, at level 1, you don't have a bonus action, but yeah.
I don't have a bonus action.
Okay. And then Levitt. Nope, that was Levitt's. Damn it. Now Sally Ford. I know things.
I am going to. How far away from me is he? Is it Peter?
Thug?
Yeah.
You got up into his face, man.
I thought I was right up in.
Yeah. You're already adjacent.
All right. So I just want to do some beautiful dissonant whispers into him that you have small balls.
You monster. Okay.
Yeah. Wisdom 13 save.
Okay. So.
I hope he fails so he
man.
can run back over you, Perrin. God dang him. This is not fair.
Oh no.
Doesn't he still take half?
Yeah, he still takes half, but he doesn't actually have to run away.
Right. He
That's what
doesn't
makes
have to
me mad.
move. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Come on, big numbers. Nice.
Not too bad. But I wanted everyone to get a opportunity attack and for you to jump again and hit him.
I'll come back the other way. Don't worry. I'm turning around at the haystack.
All right. Next will be not the thug, the bandit. The thug would roll a 1 because he sucks.
Good.
He was intimidated.
He was super intimidated.
He's afraid I'm going to run under his balls next.
Okay. So the bandit is the one that was standing in the back in front of the opening that the previous group had fled from. And he is simply going to pull out... Come on, open the stat block, damn it. He's going to pull out his crossbow. Maybe. And he's going to fire it at... He's going to fire it at Zellyford. Heyo!
Ooh.
Ooh.
They do not like
There we go. 8. That's not a D8. That is. Oh, man. All right.
Woo.
So you're going to take a whopping 3 damage. I know. Because I didn't
Makes
click
me
them on.
happy.
Then after that, it is...
Oh, right in the ass.
Clarence.
It's me?
Yes. Yeah, with the 10.
Alright. Okay, so, because we're in combat and actually fighting and an ally got hurt, my guy's tattoo is going to start glowing and his eyes are going to go gold, and he's going to turn to the guy with shot and said, "You're mine," and just run up and smack him with my warhammer.
Oh, no.
Nice.
My guy turns crazy when combat comes.
Crazy Ed. Not that crazy.
Who
We're
were you
gonna die
attacking?
just by dead rolls.
The guy
Dead roll.
which had the crossbow with shot,
Okay.
with bard.
Yep. So he kind of sidesteps out of the way and avoids the attack.
Okay.
You're finished
That's
after
me.
that?
Yep.
And now the thug, with his whopping 1 in the initiative order, he is going to raise that mace, and he's staring down at Zellyford because wasn't too happy with the way you were talking to him earlier. And he's going to take that mace, and he's going to swing it down one way and then back again on the backswing and try to hit you twice.
Oh, this ain't fun.
Ooh.
I disagree.
I think someone's muted and trying to talk. I think Levitz is trying to.
Oh, I was muted the whole time. I'm dumb. Anyways, I was saying the whole time you were trying to swing that I will be using my protection to give him disadvantage against him.
Okay, that's on 1 attack, correct?
I'm not sure.
It's
I'm
a
pretty sure
reaction.
it's Yeah, it's one attack. So here's the first attack with disadvantage. 14. Yeah. That's less than your AC, right?
Nope, that's spot on.
Oh, cool. All right, so one hit, and then here's the second attack.
Oh, Bard's dead.
Yeah, that's 2 hits. And the damage, 5 on the first, and 2 on the second for a total of 7.
That brings me exactly to 0.
Hey! He just bonk, bonk.
As I go down, small balls.
Everything goes silent.
Yes. You've lost the bard.
Just figuring out who's next on the initiative.
I think it's back up to Perrin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're good.
All right.
Yep.
Okay, then catching him falling out of the corner of my eye, since I ended up with that nice bottle of healing potion, immediately hit the skids, turn back around, run the other direction, uncork it, and pour it down his throat.
Oh.
I think the GM is frozen.
The DM is frozen. Cool. Okay, so here's what we do now. No, oh, he's
We
back.
broke the GM.
No, it's not. It's not me. It's. I think VMix is having some issues because it disconnected a second ago, and now it's freezing.
You're here now,
good
so.
now.
Yeah, we got you now.
Yes.
Okay. So running back under the legs, bottle out in hand, try to pop the cork into his nuts as I go under, and then down into his throat.
Okay.
You gotta give me some kind of difficulty here, I know it.
Or is it just me, or is it?
We're just waiting for you to tell us what happened.
Yeah.
I don't see a roll.
Played his action.
Oh,
Well,
you didn't tell me what
you didn't tell us what to roll for.
Well, you said you were
He's
attacking,
really-
right?
No.
he's
I'm
Pouring the
ready to
healing.
get the healing potion for our fallen bard.
2d4 plus 2.
Okay.
Okay, so we just didn't know whether he had to make an action or anything with it.
Yes, it is. Using a healing potion is an action.
Okay. That's wonderful. That's better.
So 7.
So 7.
So you're back.
Yeah,
up.
exactly how much damage he took.
Yep.
All right.
I want to feign death there. I want to pretend I'm still down, so he doesn't hit me again.
Well,
I'm on
you
the
are still down, right? You were knocked out, so you're actually still laying prone on the ground.
Well, I mean, I don't want to flutter eyes or anything. I just want to stay pretending dead for now.
Okay.
I'll look at the empty bottle and go, no!
Levitz.
I will try to thrust the spear into his shoulder and put him off balance somehow. That's me just describing my attack.
I got you.
Yeah. That probably
14. Is that versus the thug?
Yeah.
No, that is a hit.
What? All right then.
Yeah, roll your damage.
Okay, my damage is a D6. Strength, so my modifier for strength is 2. I assume this edition I still had strength to damage, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Your mod, but not your proficiency.
Okay.
So there you go. 4 damage. Alrighty. No further actions?
Nope.
Okay. Zallyford.
While laying there on the ground, pretending to be dead, I'll simply whisper, "Small balls," again, and use some vicious mockery on him.
You monster.
Yes.
Okay.
So, wisdom. Oh my god! This is.
What? Are you
Yes.
This
Yes.
box here needs to go. This box down here, get it out. Unbelievable.
Do you have any bardic inspiration stuff yet?
Yes, that was going to be my bonus action, is that I'm going to give my bardic inspiration to our cleric.
All right.
On the
Okay.
other side of the bard. It's like, you can do it.
You don't have small balls.
And I'm pretty sure he's aware that I'm awake now, so I want to simply...
I wasn't even aware you went down.
Just crawl away.
I will stand up using my movements so that he doesn't get an advantage smacking me in the face on the ground.
Okay, cool. After Zallyford, the bandit in the back with the crossbow is going to take his turn. And he is going to lob another bolt. This time aiming at Erin.
Ooh.
Yeah. Nope.
What-
That's
because
plus
he's in
3,
melee.
so 9. That's a miss.
Yeah, not
right?
even close. Yeah.
Because he's in melee
and-
with the cleric, does the cleric get an attack of opportunity?
No. Actually, my attack would be with disadvantage, is how it works.
Okay.
But yeah, that was already
Still safe.
a miss.
Hopefully he didn't think I was a threat. Ouch.
All right. Clarence.
Not being a threat hurts more than being told you have small balls. So I'm going to try and hit him again.
No. Oh wait,
You
13.
can have-
Can I
This is
use
the bandit, right?
Yeah.
That's a hit.
Nice.
What's this? 1d8 plus 3. So this is a d8. 8 damage. And then because I heard the birds, you can do it. I will use my bonus action and I will cast a spell on him. I will cast Shield of Faith. So he gets +2 AC for up to 10 minutes or until I lose concentration.
I'd be happy.
Better be, that cost me a spell. A non-damaging spell.
Okay.
But yeah, that's my turn.
Lastly,
give
the
the thug.
solitary thug. The thug is going to do thuggy things. Take his mace. He's gonna
Surrender.
Wait, he's gonna surrender? No, I don't think that's it. He's gonna take that mace and he's gonna smack it upside some people's head. And so next to him right now is Perrin, Zallyford, and I think that's it. Everybody else is still
The halfling.
over by the bandit.
No, Levitz is by us too.
I'm
Levitz
by
is too.
myself
Okay.
on the other side.
So
of the
let's give Levitz and Perrin some love. We're gonna take one swing at each of you.
I
in that
will
order.
impose the disadvantage on Perrin.
Okay, so Levitz right there is your 3. That's a miss, and then we have disadvantage versus what? No,
Versus
and then
whoever.
here's the other one.
Woo!
And you failed.
Yes. Catching
Okay.
essentially just his attack against me, I block it on the shield and then shove it to the side. And he comes for the backswing to shove the shield forward into his hammer, pushing it into his chest.
Oh,
Like the hilt of his hammer.
throws
pushing
him
it
off
into it.
kilter. It just seems to annoy him more than anything else. I'm gonna get you. And then Perrin, it's your turn.
Just jumping up and kicking him as hard as I can in the groin again. Or trying.
Okay, so another
might,
unarmed
as
strike.
well be a monk for once.
Get in there and speedball him.
That's right. Yep.
Oh, he's
Speak
a monk.
big.
That didn't stay on the chart. That's going to tick me off. Oh, there we go.
Hey,
Whoa.
that's a hit.
And then we'll use the bonus action to hit him again.
Okay, go ahead and roll that too.
You really seriously said 2.
Stop jinxing us.
I
Yeah,
willed
dude.
it to happen with my mind.
All right.
Right.
We just have the damage for the 1 then.
Correct. Hey,
I
that's
can
not
deal with
bad.
that.
Could have been worse.
Same amount of damage he did with his club.
And then, Levitz.
All right, and then seeing that he's slightly unbalanced from the attacks and blocks, I'm going to thrust in an opening. Modifier 4.
Definitely a hit.
Okay, and then modifier 2.
For 7 damage versus the bandit?
No, against the thug.
Against the thug.
I mean, melee with
okay.
I've been in melee with the thug the whole time.
Hard for me to keep track. I'm a maps kind of guy, but I don't know fantasy ground, so we're doing it all.
Yeah, everyone but the cleric is in melee with a thug.
Alrighty. Okay, good hit. Finished?
Yep.
And
He's still
Zellyford. Oh, yes, he is. He's a
I
hardy
am
bastard.
I am going to dissonant whispers him again and tell him that he's probably never pleased a woman in his whole life.
Oh, that's too mean. Too mean. He can't take the criticism. Now, first, you guys attack his genitals all night, figuratively and literally, and then now you insinuate he can't please a lady, and he takes that shame and he rolls over dead. You see him just clutching at his mind as he is overwhelmed by the psychic damage, and he just falls to the ground, tears rolling down his face.
He's not so raptured. Ah, nice. We'll see his
I'll
orc
tell you,
children
1
in
second.
the future.
I'll heal you in 1 second.
No.
All right. He
Not
Lone
entirely.
Bandit. He is up next, and seeing the thug died in such a horrible way, he.
I just stare and glare at the other one and say,
Oh
Don't
no!
make me
He immediately just throws his crossbow to the ground. He is going to take the disengage action, and he is going to book it. He's going to get the fuck out of there because he doesn't want to face a similar fate.
We warned you.
And with that, combat is over.
Wow.
How far away is he? Right before combat ends.
How far away is he? We're not dead with him.
He was adjacent to the cleric.
he doesn't get
Okay.
away.
How far was that from us?
The rest of you, remember, we had established earlier that from the front of the barn to the back was about 40 feet.
Okay.
You can't reach.
I'd like to throw my spear at him because it is a throwable weapon.
Yeah, but with a reaction, it's just a melee attack. Can you even take a reaction right now? Because it's his turn, and he's moving out of the barn.
Oh, okay. Alright. I wasn't sure, if he'd be able to get.
Yeah, because
out.
remember, the bandit's been kind of standing there at that hole in the back the whole time, like shooting in.
Okay.
So when he runs, like he's just, fuck it, I'm out.
Were you trying to kill him?
Okay.
'Cause I was just guarding boat.
You guys escaped your interaction with the welcomers with your lives. What are we doing now?
Grabbing the egg.
Okay.
That better be
Not
a good
sure.
breakfast.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Mr. Spinebreaker is actually dead or not. I'm just gonna plunge it through his chest just to double check.
Doesn't even flinch. He is very much dead.
I've never
can't
seen
heal
someone
this.
die from words before, so I just wanted to make sure.
Okay.
I can hear physical scars, not emotional scars.
You can never heal what happened to him. Does he have anything worthwhile on him?
Yeah, let's start looting the body.
Actually, they do not. The thugs that have well, it's just singular thug. The thug, he's got a mace that's much too damaged to try and salvage, and he's got a heavy crossbow with some bolts that you could probably take and refill your quiver if any of you had actually fired a crossbow bolt, but otherwise nothing of it.
Swap out my light crossbow for that heavy crossbow.
Okay, put a pin in that.
Okay.
I want to use meditation just to put a P on him for Perrin, so that they know who did this. There's a
In
new
his
man
own
in
blood.
town.
Half a man.
You should
Okay.
stomp his crotch out, just so you know that's your calling card. Don't mess with the
This
P.
is gonna almost throw up from the sight of blood. Oh, blood. Can't do it. Oh, that's gross. Oh.
All right. So, returning back to the tea kettle, going around to the alleyway behind where the Harper said that he would meet you. As promised, he's there kind of pacing nervously. As he sees you guys approach, he becomes very excited. And after learning that you planted the pin successfully and that you have the egg, he quickly, does a spell, illuminates the area, and begins to examine it. And as you guys suspected, the egg is a fake.
Yeah.
He goes on. He tells you that we've seen an increased interest in all things related to dragons. We have also heard of more dragon sightings in the Moonsea region and elsewhere. You might want to keep your eyes and ears open for further information and keep your heads down low. It could save your life. And on that, we will wrap up the first of the encounters I had planned for today. This is where I show you one of the other big changes about Adventure League, because you may have noticed that through our encounter, I was very evasive when it came to the gold reward, and even after combat, I didn't hand out experience. That is because in Adventure League, due to some very recent and some may say stupid changes, what they have done is they've simplified the entire rule system so that playing is much easier. You jump into a game, you do the story, and then at the end you get the rewards. And so right now, because you guys completed this storyline, you earn 1 advancement checkpoint. And I know what you're thinking. What the fuck is an advancement checkpoint? Well, the way Adventure League is set up is experience is not something that is used in the current system. Instead of gaining experience for killing monsters and completing objectives, you gain checkpoints. And you gain 1 checkpoint for every hour that you spend working towards the module's current objective. And so with this module, this was a 1-hour encounter, so you earn 1 checkpoint. I know. For levels 1 through 5, 4 checkpoints will get you to your next level. And that's it. It's actually really simple. A lot of people don't like the change because why the hell would you get rid of experience? But whatever. But that's where we are. So you guys each get 1 checkpoint. You can write that down anywhere. It doesn't matter. The other thing that they do now is as far as gold and other rewards, and the gold is not something that you will frequently get within a story. Gold is often tied to when you level up, and there is a scaling chart of how much gold you will get when you level up. And so right now you get 0 gold for this encounter. However, what you do get is called a treasure checkpoint. And treasure checkpoints are basically, they're a currency that you get when playing in Adventure League games. And you can spend treasure checkpoints to buy magic items, to buy spell scrolls, to buy healing potions, and anything else that you would normally want gold for. The big difference is that checkpoints can buy you pretty much anything magical, whereas gold would buy you anything mundane. And again, this is another really, really dumb... I'm not going to say dumb, right? Because I wouldn't want to criticize any decision made by the Wizards of the Coast. They're officially promoted public play style of game, but you know, Adventure League is supposed to bring people into the game, but they made it so that it's very much different than what D&D is. But the idea here is about balance. It's about character customization and the fact that no matter who is your DM and what Adventure League game you play, the rewards are always going to be consistent, and the items that you will have access to will always be consistent as well. So it is different from traditional D&D, but different doesn't always mean bad. But that is the rewards that you gain today. 1 treasure checkpoint, 1 advancement checkpoint, and you also gain downtime days, which is another Adventure League mechanic. You will receive 5 downtime days at the end of the adventure. And in Adventure League, you can use downtime days for a lot of different activities, such as crafting or learning new things. But we're not going to even worry about that right now, right? Because if we get into all the specific Adventure League, rules, then we're not going to have time to play the other module. So I just wanted to kind of wanted to put that out there, right? And show you that this is the system for organized play. It is a lot of fun, but it is different. It is different, but different doesn't mean bad. So let's get into the next one. Okay, let me switch my notes around. This is still the Defiance of Phlan module.
Good job, everyone. You survived.
Is it
got through it
after a long rest? Because I wasted my shield spell on some bard.
It's funny seeing some of the comments. Do you honestly the checkpoint system? I think one of the main reasons it was adapted was because of Critical Role. Because I understand Matt Mercer uses a very similar system, and the idea was that a lot of people who would want to get into D&D after watching Critical Role, this would make it much more familiar. But that's neither here nor there. So let's just okay. So we are going to find ourselves back at the tea. It is you guys go back to the tea kettle, right? You do take a long rest. So if you're down any hit points, spell slots, anything like that, recover. Okay, because we're gonna move on. It's a new day. I'll give you guys a moment to do that.
So I take it because the rewards have to stay constant, I don't get the chance to have that heavy crossbow.
That is correct. Yes, that was another point I wanted to hit on, but I have ADD and my thoughts are scattered, so I forget things. Yes, that's another thing about Adventure League is like, you can say, oh yeah, I'm going to pickpocket this thing or I'm going to loot this body. That's not exactly how it works. The adventure modules have a list of things that you can loot from bodies and rewards that you can pick up through the adventure. But anything else not on that list, you don't get to keep as permanent loot.
Wow.
Yeah, well, it's because we don't, they don't want people to be like, oh yeah, I got this thing. I picked it up in Barovia. It's totes legit. It has to be standardized because, they like I said, you won't always have the same DM. So the rules have to be the same no matter who you're playing with. I have ADD. Yes. Yeah, I know. See, look, right now I'm talking to you in the chat. I should be running this fucking game. All right. So back at the tea kettle. No. Let me make sure we're good.
Oh, Perrin was muted.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good now.
Back at the tea kettle. Again, I'm just gonna kind of read the introductory text again. It's a place adventurers can find work and avoid the hassle associated with other areas of Phlan. So far, it's been very great. You're familiar with Madame Fiona and her 5 daughters who run the establishment. It's a very peaceful place. The food is is tasty, and the beds are warm. And one day, after Breeze, one of Madame Fiona's daughters, is serving you a delightful breakfast made that consists of wild berry jam on biscuits. She comes up and she says, "My sisters and I have picked the berries ourselves," says the young halfling woman, sweeping her long black hair out of her face and batting her eyelashes at the group. She continues, "Some say the wild berries in this area are the best in all the surrounding lands."
They're doing it again.
I'd like to slowly parent towards her.
Oh man!
My foot to push the chair towards her.
You can do it, Perrin. Tell them about the berry.
She looks at the chair, and you see her kind of begin to gather her skirt, like she's gonna take a seat, and she's trying to be real ladylike and not, expose herself. As she's sitting down, shrieking erupts from the street outside the tea kettle. And while the words are mostly unintelligible, you can make out the words "help" and "family."
Really? Serious, guys? Now?
Immediately spent up. Thankfully saved from this awkward situation. I'm definitely going to be going out there.
I'm going to start running out, screaming my usual, "Let me heal you."
Alright, walking out into the street, you see townsfolk are rushing to assist a middle-aged human woman that's laying in the middle of the road. She is collapsed there, and she is crying hysterically, clutching an infant boy in one of her arms. And so she's just kind of laying here, and she's got her head down. Why has this happened? Somebody please help me. Guys, one of you have to say something, or I'll just continue rambling like this. Please help.
Clarence, is that blood? Is that blood?
Clarence, you can save her.
Yes. Oh, my husband,
Clarence, time to hit
my
your phrase.
family, we were attacked by goblins. I was able to escape with my young child here, Bobo, but I crashed my cart and we've landed in the road.
Hurry up,
What village are you
Clarence.
from?
What?
This is it, Clarence. This is your moment.
Is there any blood?
Oh yes, she's quite hurt.
Oh, I can hear. I don't
No, Clarence, hold it together. Hold it together. Let him heal you. Let him heal you.
As
Can you
Clarence is
please-
having this dilemma of wanting to heal the
Please
woman
wipe the
but not
blood
wanting
away.
to touch her injured body, you see a couple other people, run up and they start like binding her wounds with bandages. They just kind of look at you and, oh, man.
Healed. Done.
Lady, where? She's getting bound. So your husband is not with you? Was he killed?
She actually doesn't answer you. She just continues crying and, oh, my family. And as this is happening, you see 2 men walk up to where the crowd has gathered watching the spectacle. And these men, they are dressed from head to toe in pitch black plate armor. One of them lifts up his visor and he barks out, "What's going on here? What is the meaning of this disruption to the public roads?"
There was
Well,
a
you see
family
what
attacked
happened
by
was she
goblins.
came down into town and then she kind of flipped over her cart and landed on the kid, and the kid kind of like went splat. And so all of a sudden, now she's over the kid crying. The kid's not doing well, and they're trying to buy him together. And our cleric can't even heal him. And you know that's
There's
kind
a
of what's
lot
happening.
of blood. There's just a lot of blood.
Why was the woman in such a panic that she flipped her cart?
Bad
Well,
driver.
you see, she
There
said
was a
that-
goblin.
Goblins, little things, green ears. Let's go.
Terrible maintenance of the road.
God.
Probably hit a pothole.
Where he turns to the woman and she's being dragged away. Woman, where are you from? She's wailing, kind of vomits out the information. My family is in a farm about 10 miles north of here. It's so far away. And immediately you see the guard kind of but that's outside the jurisdiction of the city. That's no concern of ours. And then this just kind of pisses her off even further because now she's really getting into it. Oh, but my family! Why won't you help us? And you see, like he gets frustrated just because she's being loud and she's making the scene. And so you can just read the expressions on his face, annoyed and frustrated. He pulls out a little piece of paper. He writes something down, and then he jams it into Zallyford's hand.
I think we just got our next mission.
Yeah, as you look at this paper, it's a promissory note entitling its bearer to gold from the city's coffers for services rendered. And he points to the four of you. You've been conscripted. Solve this matter on behalf of the Blackguard Knights, and you will be rewarded.
As he points to all of them, I hide that note.
Was this the matter?
He said it out loud. I mean, it's.
Well, he said they're conscripted. He didn't say anything about reward. I hide that.
Oh, fair enough.
He just said they'd be
This
You're
looks
the
like
only
a
lawful
job
good character
for
in the
the
party.
Perrin Mafia.
The Paramafia. Peace. Take your places.
Let's go, boys.
When you're the only lawful good character in the party, it seems.
Okay, boss.
Oh yeah, I'm chaotic good.
Do you want to piggyback? Because I could probably carry you because you're so small. We've got to get there fast.
That sounds like a great idea. Climb upon his
Okay,
back
I'll
and forward!
And I'll just start running, saying people could be needing to be healed.
And I'm gonna look at Levitz and don't you have a cart?
We need coconuts.
No, it's not a cart that you would ride. It's not a carriage. It's a small.
Yeah, but Perrin
cart.
could ride in it.
Well, yes, he could.
Parents on top of Clarence who's sprinting most likely the wrong way, and then he'll realize and turn around and run back and be like, do we have directions?
Yeah, it's that way.
North. We're going to the north.
It's the
You just
north,
go that
10 miles
way.
out of town.
Yes.
Okay.
Along the
And
road.
off I go again.
So it's
Okay. Traveling is uneventful, although it does take quite a bit of time to travel 10 miles on foot.
Live bagpipe music.
Yes. So, scrolling. Eventually, you make it to the family's farm, and when you do, you find that the area is very almost kind of swampy, right? Not because it is a swamp, but it's a small farm, and the entire area is very, very muddy. The ground is very saturated. It's probably been heavy rains here recently, and so trekking through the fields, your feet sink in, and it leaves very big, noticeable tracks, and you're covered in mud up to your knees because it's just getting fucking everywhere. But as you kind of make your way about the farm, examining things, you see a scene of carnage and devastation. There are corpses of farm hands that are just kind of laying dead in the fields with arrows sticking out of their back. And you can see that the barn is currently like half burning down to the ground, where it's very obvious there is a goblin raid on this small establishment.
Are there a lot of goblin corpses around as well, or mostly farmhands?
Actually, there are 0 goblin corpses laying around. Seems like examining the situation, looks like the family was caught off guard, unprepared, and that it was a slaughter.
I can't go in there. It's way too much blood. Can someone please just describe to me without the red?
All right, so we have a guy right here, 14 arrows in his back. It's not red. We'll replace red with purple. So there's a lot of purple everywhere.
I can't heal him.
There's pools of purple everywhere.
Oh my gosh, that's gross.
Head's missing. Pool of purple.
Well, I look for small.
I don't think a bandit can fix that one either.
On the sides of the road.
Footprints. Make a nature check, and you're going to make this check with advantage because remember I said the area makes footprints very noticeable, right? So it'll make it quite a bit easier. So,
all right. Well, good thing you have advantage.
With advantage,
right?
Thank goodness.
As I chuck the die too hard that it flies off the table.
Party foul.
9.
I forgot to add
plus
the 1, but
10. 10 is sufficient. That's the magic number. And as you're
somebody.
Yeah, it's easy, right?
Huh.
You can see them. As you are walking around, you can see that all of the tracks, regardless of where they were, from where they were in the farm, they all just kind of coalesce and head off to the northeast through the woods.
Was that relatively the direction the arrows came from?
Well, the arrows, it looks like they come from all different directions, probably because the farmhands were running away from, and then the corpses fell all scattered, All
right, so looking over, what they were bringing, the farmhands, what all, is there anything of, alcoholic nature in this?
Alcoholic nature. I'm sorry, I don't understand the question.
So the farmhands were coming to town, so I assume that they're, bringing goods into town. So is there anything casks of ale, or any of them even have a bottle of anything that's liquor, or maybe even lantern
but
oil?
You can see in the fields, this is a grape farm. So, and then walking around, you actually find, vats where they would stomp the grapes into wine. But
okay.
You find 0 casks, 0 actual containers of alcohol.
All right. Did they have any lantern oil or anything? I'm just looking for something flammable.
Sure.
The barn's flammable.
Yeah,
Barns are on fire.
Yeah, we know that.
The barn's already on fire.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to go into the barn and look around in there.
Yeah, I will definitely be doing that, and surveying the scene and everything.
Are you sure?
The fearless human fighter.
The barn's on fire. It's a burning building. You want to go in there? Yeah, why not, man? I can survive a round or two.
I'll just kick open the. Okay, so I'll slam the door open with a shield. That way I can keep the shield in front of me. That way if the black blast of the fire doesn't cook me. And if there's anything that I can immediately, just run in that would not be completely dangerous to go in and grab it and then run out. Lantern oil, anything like that of that
I'll
nature.
tell you what. You walk in, okay, and you have your shield in front of you. You're trying to, block all the heat and smoke. But even so, the smoke building up inside the farmhouse is overwhelming, and you're not able to make it very far, sustain it inside there for very long. But you just kind of fumbling around, grabbing for anything that you can. You make it out of the house with a big ledger, right? And that's the only thing that you have. You don't even know why you grabbed it. Your hand landed on something, you took it, and then you ran out the house. And then you're like, I got a book.
Congratulations on your book. So is the house is on fire too, as well as the barn?
Yeah, sure. It's a raid. They burn all the things.
Well, you were saying barn, then you switched to house. So I was going to ask about going in the house, but I guess not anymore.
It's 3 a.m. All right.
Let's follow the footprints. After I finish throwing up.
Okay. You see the book, it's like a ledger detailing, who is working on the farm on any given day and how many hired hands they have assisting with the farm responsibilities, stuff like that. It's not particularly interesting. It's just mostly a business ledger.
All right. Any of y'all happen to have any lantern oil or alcohol or anything that would be flammable on you?
It depends for what reason you ask.
To make a Molotov that we could use when we...
We could throw power in.
I'm not flammable.
But you are dangerous.
Yes, very so much.
Yeah. He's more dangerous than a Molotov.
So we were sent out here to find the farm, and did the note actually say to remove the goblins, or what was the call to action that he actually gave us?
Deal with the situation.
Yeah.
That was the word. Deal with the situation.
We dealt with it.
We could go back.
No.
They're dead.
We could go back and tell the farmer's ruined, situation over. She needs to find a new husband.
And then push Perrin forward and be like, he can protect anything.
I am Perrin.
Well, since I seem to be the only one with the moral fiber to do what is right in this situation, I guess I will be fighting goblins alone.
I don't see you trying to heal people.
Don't see any people around here to heal, sadly. But I think the situation's quite handled. I don't think we need to put ourselves in mortal danger.
Talking about the people around the farm not needing healed, you actually have a thought, a stroke of inspiration come to you. Around the farm, you see maybe half a dozen corpses strewn about. But the ledger is quite thick. There are many more names on that ledger than there are people currently at the farm.
Throw the ledger away.
I think they took hostages.
I think you found something that you can burn.
We don't need to know this. We don't need to know this.
Come on,
GM,
they've got
I actually want to follow the plot. I actually want to play the game.
The one thing I do not approve of is slavery. My hands may be dirty, but not that dirty. I guess we should have...
Oh, well,
could use
animal disappeared. Is that a panther?
Yes, that is my panther.
I guess
I
can still see the tracks, the goblins, and everything, right?
Yes.
All
Does
right.
it look like they dragged anything?
Actually, stooping down and examining the tracks, you can see channels where they drag several things through the mud. Drag, shrug.
We can scout and investigate. I think that would give us more information.
Yep.
I can scout ahead if you want me to just run ahead.
I'm actually not too bad at approaching quietly myself.
Oh, quietly is not my forte.
I'm quite quiet. Quite quiet. Yes.
Well, then let us proceed.
I think,
I'll just follow
Aaron, lead the way
Yes.
through the forest. And what time of day is it? It's still like early afternoon, or would it be a little later?
Yeah, early afternoon.
Okay, so we have plenty of light left.
Yep. So start cutting through the forest, which is going to be actually no problem for my small size. I'll be listening to them clank behind me.
I'm going to try to tap into my elven blood and be quiet and one with the forest. Stealthily moving through it.
Okay.
Yeah. Should me and our bard scout ahead quietly? That way, we can approach without alerting enemies. And that's a question to the rest of the party if y'all want to do that.
If you guys want to scout ahead, that's fine. I'll be glad to hop on the cleric's shoulders again.
Really, I'm going to get hit by every branch possible.
I'll tell you what. If you are scouting ahead, can you roll me a stealth check?
Yes, I can. I have proficiency in it.
I'll be scouting as well.
I'll be saving the cleric from the branches. Oh.
That was not a good sound. Let me see here.
You
Is
want
that
to give me
17?
some bardic inspiration there, maybe?
Little late for that.
Give him a campfire song as he walks through the forest.
That's what he's yelling through the forest. Can I get some inspiration? To sneak quietly over here.
Did I miss something?
I didn't roll a 1.
Okay.
Come on, guys.
All right. So moving up, quietly, or at least as quietly as you can assume you are being.
One can be.
I want to say this before we do anything. We would have scouted separate angles. We would not have been scouting together, but separately.
Sure. So after traversing through the swampy bog for like an hour, right? You guys finally come to the end of the trail. It leads directly into the mouth of a cave that's in the side of a hill rising up ahead of you. And at the entrance, you can see a goblin talking in common to a human-sized figure dressed in heavy gray cloaks that obscure his face.
Is that our Harper friend?
A what?
Is that our Harper friend?
Yes. I don't know what you mean. But anyway, the goblin...
The guy which hired us last module.
Oh, no, it's not your Harper friend. Harper. No, that's not him.
With my roll, can I be close enough to overhear what's being said?
Yes. You hear the goblin say in broken common, "Only one raiding group return. They bring prisoners. Other raiding group return soon. No more snake coin people found." The human nods. Excellent. Tell Gorunk that my friends and I will pay lots of coin and give lots of gifts for all the dragon artifacts that you can find. Kill any other humans you find near your home. The goblin nods and rubs his hands together greedily. Good. And he enters into the cave as the cloaked figure just kind of raises his hand above his head, snaps his finger, and vanishes into thin air.
Damn, if only I had enough pen. So I'm assuming that I hear the other stealthy guy moving through the forest.
You. What's going on?
So I'm gonna wait for the rest of the party and relate what I heard. That it seems that there's someone buying dragon artifacts from the goblins. They have a master, I guess, by the name of Goronk. But the prisoners are inside, and they said they have another raiding group coming back with more, and that the snake coin people there's no more.
Should we lay an ambush for the goblins to return? That way we don't become stuck inside.
Nah, so we just go in.
Well, he did say to kill all humans that they find around the area. We have 2 non-humans, so if the goblins are dumb enough, we could trick them into not killing me and Perrin here and setting up an ambush for you guys to come in.
We put a big cloak on Perrin so they think he's giant, and then I won't die.
I like this idea. We should do this.
Oh yeah, the 2 guys in a trench coat, like.
I'm picturing a massive cloak with the little eye slits cut open so I can still see through.
You're welcome to try anything you would like.
Very bad costume, but
I would like to do that because I have a disguise kit. I'd like to set that up.
yes.
Okay. All right. So just so I have the picture clear, right? So Perrin is like standing
on my
top
shoulders.
of Clarence's shoulders. You're gonna drape a cloak over him and poke holes in the eyes so he can see. And then you're just gonna try to bluff
it's gonna be a small
your
head
way
on a massive body.
Give him a nice mustache and intimidating goatee. Some really like horrible eyebrows that are just like, vicious looking.
Wait a minute, this is looking a lot like me.
And you can use your hand. I'll keep my arms under the cloak.
Just somewhere in the back, we just shows up Knights of the Knee.
When and if it's relevant, I'll tell you to make a roll. Okay. All right.
I'm not going to be with these guys. I'm going to be actually hiding nearby and planning a proper ambush.
So you're going to lag behind the rest of the group.
No, we're all at the entrance.
Yes.
Aren't we? Aren't we waiting for the other party to return?
I'm walking in. Perrin has no say in the matter because he's on me.
Well,
and then Zelaford?
Let me scout ahead inside first, and I'll give a whistle or a signal if something happens. But if you don't hear from me, it should be good. Just give me about 2 minutes, 3 minutes to move forward a little bit and see what's in there. So I can see in the dark.
Yeah, because we don't actually know how long till that returning raiding party is.
No, you don't.
Yeah. So, as I said, just give me a minute to look forward. I'll see what I can find out, and we'll move on from there.
Okay, before you enter, stealth check.
Come on.
Just when you want your 20.
Do my magic.
It went off the board.
19. All right.
24.
Yes. Magic works.
So you walk in so very quiet. And just kind of some information about the caves. All the ceilings throughout this entire area, it's got to be about 10 feet high. Every hallway, every room is going to have a small torch that hung up on the wall in a sconce that spreads light throughout the chambers. And in the entrance passage here, there is no torch. This is the exception, but the sunlight reaches far enough into this wide cave passage that you see that it travels about 25 feet straight, and then it turns sharply south. There are piles of rubble strewn throughout the passage, and you can see that, looking down the hallway, that these pieces are quite large. It would be very easy to hide behind them.
Okay. I wanted to get down to that 90-degree bend and look around that. I'm going to keep paying attention to see if I see anything weird with the walls or traps.
That's a little too late, because you said I walked down to the 90-degree bend, and then you said I'm going to look for traps. So, can you do me a favor and just roll a dexterity save, please?
Working magic,
How
working
tall
magic,
is
working
Perrin?
magic.
How tall is Perrin?
2 foot 9 inches.
That was on the table.
And-
It didn't count it.
And
That
how
was a
tall is the cave room?
Yeah, that it was on the
6.
chat, and it was 17, and then it was said no to me.
Oh, womp womp. Okay. So, as you're walking through, you're creeping along, you avoided detection. However, you feel something, just kind of pull against your ankle, and you hear a whoop, and you look down, and then you see it, the tripwire. And then as it springs, you can see a support beam that was propped against the wall is tilted out of the way, and a pile of rocks come crashing down on top of your head. You manage to move out of the way and avoid getting crushed and killed entirely, but you are going to take this many damage.
No. Jinx it, jinx it, jinx it.
I'm
jinx
assuming
it.
we heard that.
5. It's 5 damage. Oh, and yes, these heavy rocks falling down this 10 feet height, they slam into the ground. Boom! And it echoes throughout the chamber, and then you can hear the chittering of many goblinoids as they have suddenly been alerted to your presence.
Well, you said the roof's 10 feet tall, right? The cave?
Yep.
I'm going to have to run hunched over, or else Perrin's head's going to be just dragging along the roof. So I'm going to be hunched over, running, screaming, I'm coming, let me heal you.
And I'm making horse noise clumps on his head.
Okay, all right. And then, Levitz, are you still sticking in the entrance, waiting for the ambush?
Oh, God.
Ambush is triggered.
He did say
I
if
guess-
we didn't hear from him, that'd be a bad thing.
I'll let out a tired sigh and follow them in.
Okay, all right.
Someone's
so everybody's
injured. I've got to go.
So you guys start running through this corridor, right? And as you do, you find that the hallway dead ends into a circular chamber that is littered with ratty blankets and bedrolls. There are small bones from eaten rodents and other filthy remnants of goblin living all over the floors. But that's it. You don't see any other means of exit other than the hallway you just entered from.
I want to give my
reason-
common health potion to Zalaford when I get to him, because I'm not wasting a spell.
What?
I'll just roll it to him again. Oh, you can
Don't
have
need
it.
it.
I don't want it.
All right, I will hold on to that, I guess, since I'm the only one that's going to be beaten a lot. I'm gonna just look around, look for a trap door, or a hidden ladder or something.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna use
do a perception check.
I'm gonna use the end of my spear as I tap the floor and go looking about.
Making sure. Okay.
Oh my god, I hate this rolling app. 11. I roll it,
Okay.
it's always like...
Actually, 11 is good enough. These are goblins, after all. They're not very clever at hiding things. And after pushing away a hide that is hanging against the wall, that you are certain is infected with lice, you push it aside and you see that the warns continue down through another hallway.
All right. I
This is
assume I shall take the front then.
I will take out my rapier and dagger and prepare for the worst. After that headache that I got from the thug.
All
Okay.
right. Shield up, spear up. I take the front and, cautiously advance down the hall.
Okay. Okay. As you go down the hall, it opens up into a large square chamber. And in this room, you can see that there are 3 cages against the furthest wall. And in each cage, you can see that there is like bedding laid on the floor. One cage has its door standing open and is currently empty. The second cage is housing a very large looking wolf. There are also several goblins in this room, and they are standing with short bows drawn at the ready. So as soon as you come into view, a hail of arrows goes flying in your direction. However, goblins suck ass, and all the arrows just kind of pelt off the walls and fall harmlessly to the ground. But initiative.
Oh, I got a decent one. Ignore the +5. That's just a 16. Oh, damn it, Perrin beat me.
Don't worry, guys. I'm dead last.
You got the rear. You got our 6.
I got the rear.
All right, so Clarence is at 21, right?
No, it's just 16. The +5 was from...
Was an
I was
accident.
readying my attack. I was readying my attack when that guy ran away.
Aaron's 21. Levitz. Am I missing it? That's Z.
No,
That's
it's-
Zebra. So that's 14.
Yeah.
And then
Alright,
Sally is that whopping 6.
Yes.
I'm just 16, not 21.
Clarence?
Yeah.
Yeah, 16. I got you.
Right.
And then my goblins +2.
Ooh.
So 16. And then my wolfie boy is also +2.
2.
So 11. 11 and 16. Let me write that down. And then the shindig started. Let's go there. Okay, cool. Perrin, you have the first action in combat.
Okay, so how's everyone laid out? The cage with the wolf, is it actually open?
No, that is the cage that is closed. It is on the
Uh-huh.
furthest wall away from you, say about 25 feet from the hallway you're in to the front of the cage. And then the 3 goblins they're like spread out, like 1, 2, 3. The third being closest to the cage, like a triangle.
Okay. Said about 25 feet away.
Yep.
How far can I get on a leap off of Clarence's shoulders?
It's just a standing leap. Like
Not very far.
I think it's 10 feet.
Well, your head's already
think it's
hitting the ground, hitting the ceiling, so you won't be able to leap, right?
I'm going for more of
Another
a
path.
dive-ish, yeah. I have to leap off the shoulders and just start running to attack, I guess.
Yeah, that's
I am
fine.
kind of hunched over.
I don't think it matters. He still wouldn't be able to jump up without making himself silly.
It's
Or
more-
jumping. It's more jumping, launching. So,
Sure.
Chuck him
Um,
into combat.
yeah. And I'm going to go straight for the goblin that is near the wolf's cage because I don't want him opening that sucker.
Okay.
And I'm taking
like
the
it.
cloak with me.
Dramatically billowing cloak of anger.
All right.
Yes.
Roll your attack.
Hope this fails. This is going to be because of the cloak.
Rah!
18's a hit.
Nice.
Nice. And then we will bonus action attack him again with beating his ass with the cloak also. No, we won't.
Okay. What was your hit for? I missed it. Hit
Is bonus action.
for 6. Okay.
8.
Bonus action
Okay.
missed, but
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Okay.
I'm tied up with the cloak.
Next is the goblins. And they, the one you are currently engaged with, you see him throw that short bow to the ground. He pulls out a small dagger and he lunges at you. So
There's a lot of me here. It's a lot of shirt.
I believe that's +4, but let me open that up again. Yeah, +4. So that is 17.
Hit.
Okay.
Man, these are
Yeah.
good goblins with a +4 to hit.
Yeah, they are.
Well, it's
Magical weapon.
proficiency in dex. And then a whopping 3 damage on that dagger.
Okay.
Then the other goblins, they are going to just run in both directions opposite, moving far away as they can, and they are going to just fire with their bows. And they are going to fire at Levitz and Clarence.
I'm going to protect Clarence.
Okay.
Oh, you're not getting a spell.
I don't need it. I don't need it.
Okay, so here I'll roll that one first, the one with disadvantage.
Doesn't hit.
16. Well, it's got
Doesn't
+4.
hit.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then the other one is 22.
Ooh.
So
Dang.
5 damage. I'm too lazy to add the mods. I'll just tell you what it is. All right. That's all my goblins. And Clarence, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna run and stand in front of the wolf's cage to try and deter people. And I'm going to, of course, my tattoos started glowing, my eyes turned gold again, and I turned like angry. And I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt on the goblin that tried shooting me.
Jesus.
Savage.
Because
All right, roll your to hit.
12.
Oh.
All right. So you throw the beam of radiant energy towards him, and you just see him kind of duck and roll out of the way.
Ah, damn it. It's like a spell. Shit. Rip.
All right, Levitz.
You should be more pissed now, Clarence.
Oh,
How
yeah.
far are the goblins that split away from us now that they moved?
We'll say that it's probably like 35 feet. They moved like 10 feet in to the east and to the west.
Okay, so I wouldn't be able to get to them. Epic, I'll just chuck my spear at one of them.
Okay.
That way I can stay next to everyone else and protect them. But are y'all gonna keep ranging? Got it.
I'm the other
Little
side
bit.
of the cave, but I'm as close to the wolf's cage as I can get.
Okay, so I guess I'll move to them, and yeah, I'll move up with everyone else, I guess, because I didn't realize they'd moved. And actually, I'll just stab this goblin that is engaged with our halfling, rather than throwing my weapon.
Okay. Make your attack.
All right. Nope.
That is a miss.
Goblins are going to take us out. How many goblins are there in total in here?
3 in this room. Zallyford.
How far away are the goblins from each other about?
There are now about okay. Remember, there's still like a triangle. It's like
Yeah.
15 feet from the one that is adjacent to Perrin to any of the ones on either side, and we'll say it's like, I don't know, 20 feet from the goblins that are furthest away.
Okay. So they should all be in range of my sleep spell.
Yeah, it's a 20-foot radius?
Yeah.
They are definitely
sleep
in
is
range
a
of sleep.
radius spell.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm going to drop a sleep spell.
Oh crap! I hope we can pass the will save.
Oh, there's no will save. There's no save at all.
Will save. The way
Oh,
sleep
shit, well.
works in 5e is he's gonna roll some dice, right? And that amount of dice, so it's 20. So it's going to affect the 20 hit points worth of creatures, and it always goes from the lowest to the highest. So let me shit.
I guess
Sydney,
we all
have
Sydney,
one
Sydney, Can you just tell me what's your hit points, everybody?
I would make sure that I am not, because I haven't moved out of that room, so it's not gonna, or I haven't moved into the room yet, so it's not gonna hit me.
I got 10.
After
I'm only
taking
at 7.
damage. Yeah, after taking damage, I'm at 7.
7.
7 also.
There's nobody below
Okay.
7.
No.
Okay, well then it
I'm
doesn't
at
matter
10.
because
Ooh.
all 3 of the goblins fall asleep, and nobody else can be affected.
Oh,
And then you hear me say, "Kill the wolf!" And I will give our cleric a wonderful bardic inspiration right there. Make the wolf not bleed but feel pain.
I can do that. I can
the
do
wolf
that.
is still in the cage. We don't even need to kill it.
It's going
But the-
down. It could make
Oh,
people bleed.
Oh, I thought
It
there was
can
another
make
wolf.
people-
It said that there was one that was empty, so I thought there was a wolf in here. Oh shit, there probably is a wolf somewhere.
No, there's no wolf in this room, other
Oh.
than the one in the cage.
Oh, then just
Which
kill the
now-
goblins. Kill the goblins
Well-
that they're asleep.
Perrin, it is your turn.
Murder the
Ah.
sleeping goblin.
I'm going to take the cloak and wrap up the goblin as tight as I can and secure him. He's got to know where the other people and the other guys are. Kill the other 2. We'll make this one talk.
Let me save you the trouble. As you bend down to tie him up, like you're holding the rope in your hands, and you lean in, and you can hear laughter and voices speaking in Goblin from a hall behind the cages.
Oh, crap. And I step on his head.
All right, so go ahead and deliver that unarmed strike. There we go.
He gets a. Does he get advantage for it being?
Yes, he does, because he's
Oh, thank goodness.
incapacitated. So
Okay.
the rules for that advantage if it hits, it's automatically a crit.
Okay, so we can't just coup de grace anymore.
Well, I gave his 8 and a 12.
Well, neither of those will hit. How do you miss an
In
incapacitated?
his sleep, he rolled. He's dreaming. He rolled
You
over.
really need to get out of that.
Does
cloak.
he still get his dex bonus when he's unconscious?
Yes, yeah, their AC isn't going to change.
Okay, I thought their dex bonus would drop.
Nope. All right, Clarence, you're next.
Okay. I'm just going to walk up to the one which dodged my stuff before because I'm not happy with him, and try and hit him in the head with my warhammer.
Ooh. Crush
Flat.
it. Crush it. Oh no.
How are we missing them?
Advantage! Advantage! Advantage!
Okay,
There we
there
go.
we go.
That's a hit. So whatever your damage dice are, you boom, double it.
Wait, that's a 10. I need the 8. 6, 12 plus 3, 15 damage.
No, you have to roll 2 dice, not just double the number.
Why not? Fine.
There we go. So 9 and
damage.
then mod. There. Oh, see, it's
Plus
not
3.
that far off. Either way, both number well more damage than the goblins have hit points. You want to describe your kill?
I just like crush its head, and then I start almost throwing up because the brain matter hit me. Oh, that's brain. Oh, yuck. Oh.
Just don't heal them. Just don't heal them.
He has no head. I can't.
Levitz?
I walked to one of the other unconscious ones, and just put the spear through, where their heart would be.
Okay, go ahead and roll your attack with advantage.
For
Come on, do us proud, Levitz. Do us proud.
that nothing.
Well, there's a 19.
19.
So yeah, we know it's a hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Let's see if I crit anyway. Nope. All right, and then bonus is 2 because of strength. Do I double the strength as well?
No, you just double the dice.
Okay. 6
So
then.
there's-
You roll one more d6.
Well, no, you roll 2 dice. Yeah.
Oh, I thought just double the die.
No,
There you
see,
go,
you probably
that's
want
better.
that anyway. So 5, 9, another dead goblin. Like, did you say you were stabbing him? You just walk up and sick it, and just
Yeah, it's just a one-handed spear, so I just kind of, mercy killing these goblins.
Yeah,
is that what
mercy
we're
killing.
calling it?
I crushed
Zaliford.
its head. Mercy killing.
Well, I mean, compared to what they're doing, where they're brutalizing the bodies, I'm just kind of puncturing and being done.
I
I'm
feel
not
bad.
realizing a body. I can't kick a dead one.
I feel bad for Perrin, considering he's like maybe a foot higher than the sleeping goblin and still miss somehow. I'm gonna go over there with the dagger and the rapier and just slit the last goblin's throat and be done with it.
You hope.
Hopefully I hit.
You miss.
No, I got
Oh,
it.
nat 20.
One of them was a
20.
nat 20.
You don't even need to roll any dice. Like the last goblin's at 1. He's
Oh, come on. I want to see if he takes the head off in front of me.
Yeah. How do you want to kill him?
I want to slice him, but like twist a little bit too much, and so it spurts right at our cleric, and so it hits the wall and the ground and leaves this trail right across where he's looking. Some of it gets on his shoe. I'll just look at the, ooh, sorry.
Just gonna throw up.
I'm just
Do we need a constitution save? Do we...
That's so
Okay.
good.
So, would someone else like to peruse ahead and scout? I'm not feeling so good. As I rub a huge, bump on my head.
Well, I can't find I can't seem to kill him, so I'll go forward. I heard the noises
I
around
will-
the corner.
Definitely
All right.
be striding to the front again.
So
I would
walking
like to-
forward.
I'd like to try to hide best in the shadows and stay hidden while everyone else is moving forward.
Make a stealth check, please.
Can I move and have dodge active at the same time?
No. Like dodge is
Okay.
is strictly in combat. If you're not in combat yet or anticipating.
I just
combat,
wanted to
I guess.
I'm just trying to.
I can be amazingly stealthy,
Okay, cool.
but I cannot dodge a trap.
All right, so you are hidden right now. Okay, so moving forward, right, looking into the next room, you see that the room is better furnished than all the previous ones. There are actually some serviceable tables and chairs here, and you see that there is some palatable food and drink sitting on top of it. And in the far end of the room, there is a larger chair sitting on top of a granite slab at the far end. And there are several hides and leathers strewn over the chair, making it a sort of throne. You You can see that there are several passages leading out of this room deeper into the cave, and that there is a large humanoid creature covered in hair from head to toe, brandishing a large mace, pointing and ordering around the remaining goblins in the warren. The goblins all scatter, carrying various bits of tools and treasure. You see some of them are carrying little barrels of what you can only assume is gunpowder. And after a moment, he turns his attention to all of you. You can see that there are also 2 large cages at the back of the room, and in them are 11 humans huddled together, crying, and they definitely look like these are farmers. And as he turns his attention to everybody standing in the mouth of the entranceway, just roll initiative.
I just kind of want to also do is put my hands on my hips and go, how in the hell do goblins afford this?
Oh my god, come on, initiative.
Do any of them need healing?
Any of them need healing.
We
Clarence,
do.
is 14 your initiative, or is there a mod on that?
Nah, just flat 14.
Okay, 14. And Lebet is 17. And Zelly 47.
How is it?
Dude, you're not getting any luck with these initiative rolls. And
No, I'm
Perrin
not.
is at 12. 4. All right, do you just want us to wrap it up? Because this is literally like the end. One more time? I didn't hear that. Well, combat's going to last way more than 5 minutes. So how about we can just do our outro. You can switch to the next group, and then we'll finish up this last combat off stream. Spoiler: the bugbear wins. Okay, that's yeah. Once the stream is over, I can cheat. Oh, 20, 20 again.
Clarence runs away.
Ever.
All right.
Way too much
So
blood.
we are gonna get out of here, right? And before we go, just want to go around, let everybody again, just kind of say where everybody can find you, whether it's your Twitter handle or if you're a streamer, if you want to plug that real quick, and go.
Okay, then starting over here, just DM Dad at Twitter at Drake R. Finney. You can find me at Have So Online TV, just getting into streaming and all that, so hopefully we do more of this soon.
Alrighty. Who wants to go next? Cord?
Sure. I'm at Cork Thulu, new to streaming, so just hopefully gonna get into this a lot more. Thank you, Encounter Roleplay. Woo!
All right. Barry.
Hey, Dammit Barry. You can find me pretty much everywhere underneath the same name. Twitter, Dammit Barry. Twitch, Dammit Barry. Steam, Dammit Barry. Yeah. I don't know what else to say.
That's good, man. That's all you got to do. And then last, Zedron.
I'm not actually a streamer, so I don't really have anything to plug in.
We'll fix that
are you
after
on
this,
Twitter?
man.
I just got one, and it's at Zedron2, I think is what it is.
Alrighty. Okay. And for those of you that don't know me, I am Daddy Warbucks. You can find me on Twitter at Daddy Warbucks, same way as it's spelled in the stream, or you can find me right here on Twitch. We play Dungeons and Dragons literally every day. I have no life. This is all I do. So if you like D&D content, come check me out. And if you're interested in learning more about Adventure League, or if you just want to pick up a game every now and then, We play twice a week. It's open to the public, and just, I don't know, hit me up on Twitter. I'll give you more information there. So we're going to hand it off. Will's going to work on getting the next group in here. But don't go away. Remember, there's giveaways at the end of every game, and he's going to be taking over and going over that with you very shortly. Okay, Will, you still here? Nope, there it is. Cut us off.